The sun peeked through the curtains like a little kid trying to sneak a cookie from the jar. It was a brand new day in the small town of Maplewood, but things felt anything but bright. Last night's big announcement still hung in the air like a funky smell from last week's pizza in the fridge. So let me catch you up. You see, our friend Jamie, who had the charm of a puppy and the clumsiness of a toddler, decided to throw a surprise party for her best friends, Max, Lena, and Tommy. But instead of a party, there was a curveball. Jamie's cousin, Ricky, who was always plotting something sneaky, spilled some beans that weren't meant to be spilled. "Did you hear? Jamie might move away," he hollered, bursting into their hangout spot like he owned the place. Jamie's face turned as red as a ripe tomato, and her heart sank like a rock in a pond. Betrayal? Oh, you bet. It was like finding out the last slice of cake was gone, right when you were ready for it. At first, Max blinked like a deer caught in headlights. Lena gasped dramatically, and Tommy was busy peeling a banana, completely oblivious. "Wait, what? Move." Max finally managed to say, his voice squeaking like a rubber chicken. It took Jamie a moment to find her voice. "I mean, come on, it was tough to talk when your heart is doing the cha-cha." "Yeah, I mean maybe," she blurted out, her eyes darting around like a pinball machine. She thought about her family moving away for her dad's new job. No more sleepovers, no more late-night snacks, and definitely no more epic hide-and-seek games with her best crew. "Who will we find to fill your shoes?" Lena asked, pretending to sniffle. "These shoes are made for walking, not leaving." "I don't even like shoes," Jamie replied, half laughing, half crying. It was kind of funny how Lena's drama could get so off track. Tommy finally caught on. "Wait, why do you sound like a soap opera? Just move the TV closer." He was always the jokester, but this time his humor felt more like poorly timed spaghetti, sticky and kind of awkward. Jamie burst out with giggles despite the turmoil spinning in her heart. Ricky just loves to stir things like bad soup. She threw a pillow at Ricky's head, which he caught. "You're grounded from breakfast for this." But deep down, Jamie was scared. How would she ever forgive Ricky? He had crossed a line that was bigger than the width of a highway. After a while, they all sat in a circle, like an impromptu therapy session, with Jamie in the center, the anxious heart of the group. "Look, guys," Jamie said, wiping the giggles away. "I don't want to leave, not now, not ever. You are my best friends. Loyalty means everything." With everyone nodding along like bobbleheads, Lena choked up a bit. "We've been through too much. Remember that time we tried to make a cake but ended up with a lava explosion?" "Oh my gosh," Tommy laughed. "And we had to clean it up like it was a crime scene. The kitchen was a disaster." "Exactly," Jamie replied, the memories lighting up her eyes. "What if we make it our mission to keep laughing, even with all this chaos?" Max stood up, throwing his arms dramatically. "Right. Let's plan our best summer ever. We can have a mega farewell party if that happens. And it will be legendary." Jamie couldn't help but smile at her friends. They were there for her, through thick and thin, and even a potentially faraway life. Maybe with a little redemption, things would work out in ways she couldn't even imagine yet. With that, they set off to brainstorm ideas for the mega farewell party, fueled by pizza rolls and their endless dreams of friendship. And who knows, maybe this big announcement would lead them on an adventure that none of them could have anticipated, filled with more funny moments, trust building, and even a sprinkle of forgiveness. After all, in the wild sitcom that was their lives, the only way was forward. Together the sun was shining bright over Maplewood Elementary, and a cheerful buzz filled the air as students gathered in the bright, colorful hallway. Jamie, Max, Lena, and Tommy were standing near the bulletin board, eyes glued to a big piece of paper announcing the upcoming school play. And it was all about friendship. Can you believe it? Jamie squealed, doing a little dance that looked like a mix between a moonwalk and a chicken's strut. "We have to be in this, it's perfect." "Yeah, and we'll finally get to show off our incredible acting skills." Tommy jumped in, puffing out his chest like a proud peacock. "I mean, not to brag, but I nailed it in that last school skit. Remember when I pretended to be a tree? Or was it a bush?" Lena teased, giving him a playful nudge. "It's just a wonder you didn't get upstaged by the real plants in the classroom." As laughter filled the hallway, Jamie felt a swell of happiness. Their friendship meant everything, especially with the big, scary move looming over her. But her excitement was short-lived when she noticed a familiar face, Ashley, the queen of the school, standing nearby, whispering and giggling with her clique. "What do you think they're planning?" Max squinted, trying to peek over at the group. "I bet it's no good." "Oh, definitely," Jamie sighed, a little worried. "You know she can be a real drama queen. What if she tries to sabotage our play?" "Don't worry, we'll just have to make our play way better than hers," Tommy declared, eyes shining with determination. "And we'll bring the funny." But unbeknownst to them, things were about to get a lot more complicated. During lunch, the principal announced auditions for the play, and everyone scrambled for the sign-up sheet. Jamie scribbled her name down quickly, followed by her friends. But just as they were embracing the excitement, Ashley's voice broke through. "I can't wait to see how you amateurs perform. Hope you don't trip over your own feet on stage," she called out, laughter trailing behind her. Ugh, more like the only one tripping here is Ashley when she realizes she's lost her popularity contest, Max whispered, earning a round of snickers from the group. As rehearsals began, Jamie realized that Ashley wasn't just insulting them, she was also backstabbing. Rumors spread that Ashley was trying to convince the teacher to cut their scene because it was annoying to hear about friendship so much. "Betrayal! We can't let her do this," Jamie exclaimed, her eyes wide with disbelief. "She doesn't know the meaning of loyalty, does she? Let's show her what friendship really is," Lena suggested, a light bulb going off in her head. "We'll make our scene the best there ever was so that even the teachers can't ignore it." The crew started brainstorming ideas, throwing out funny anecdotes from their lives to add to the play. "What about the time you tried to bake cookies and we ended up with those two hard rocks?" Tommy said, laughing so hard he almost snorted milk through his nose. "It was an experiment in culinary art. I call it health rocks." Jamie giggled, recalling the emergency trip to the dentist after they broke a tooth on one of Tommy's creations. As the rehearsals continued, Jamie felt a spark of hope. Despite Ashley's betrayal, their bond grew stronger. With every scene, they all learned to lean on one another, finding humor in the hiccups along the way. Each failure was an opportunity for a laugh. But then, just before the big day, Jamie overheard Ashley and her friends talking in the hallway. "They think they can win, but I have my own tricks up my sleeve." Ashley smirked, plotting something they weren't ready for. Feeling a pit in her stomach, Jamie rushed back to the group. "Guys, I think she's planning to pull something before the play. We need to stay united." But Lena placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Hey, betrayals may happen, but we've got each other's backs. No matter what, we'll remain loyal." With their hearts set on redemption and trust, the friends dug deep into rehearsals, determined to prove their strength. They knew that broken trust could be repaired if they faced challenges together with humor and loyalty. The day of the play arrived, with a crowd buzzing with anticipation. As the curtain rose, Jamie took a deep breath, looked at her friends, and smiled. The stage was theirs. Whatever happened, they would take it on together. Laughter and all the day had finally come for the school play, and Jamie, Max, Lena, and Tommy were buzzing with excitement. The stage was set, the costumes were on, and the air smelled like popcorn mixed with a hint of nervousness. They gathered backstage, rehearsing their lines one last time. Jamie bounced on her feet. "Okay, team, remember we're here to steal the show. But let's not actually steal anything, right, Max?" Elbowed him playfully. Max laughed, adjusting his very oversized pirate hat that kept slipping down over his eyes. "Aye, Captain, no stealing, just smooth sailing." He tried to strike a pose, but instead tripped over his own feet and fell into Lena, who caught him, both of them giggling. Lena chuckled while fixing Max's hat. "I can't believe Ashley thought she could sabotage us. Does she think we'd walk the plank? More like walk into a trap," Tommy chimed in, making a pretend scary face. "I mean, come on, who tries to ruin a school play? We're not robbing a bank, we're just trying to make people laugh." As they prepared, they couldn't shake off the worries about what Ashley had done. She had replaced the cast list with one that had her and her friends as the main characters, giving Jamie and her pals tiny, silly roles like background tree and dancing rock. But here was the twist. While they were upset, it sparked something bigger in them. "I say we show them what real teamwork looks like," Jamie declared, determination sparkling in her eyes. "Let's make this the best play ever." Suddenly, Miss Perkins, the drama teacher, burst in with a clipboard and an alarmed look on her face. "Okay, everyone, I just found out that there's been a mix-up with the cast list." The group exchanged anxious glances, all thoughts of betrayal quickly surfacing. What if they were booted from the stage altogether? "Don't worry, I'm sure it's just a small mistake. Nothing to panic about," Miss Perkins assured them, flipping through the pages hastily. "Aha, here it is, you're all still in, and guess what? You guys are now the stars." "What?" they all exclaimed at once. "Yes," she exclaimed. "Due to a whole bunch of backstage chaos, you're getting bigger roles to highlight your talents. Jamie, you're the lead, Max. You get the funny pirate sidekick. Lena, you're the brave knight, and Tommy—" "Yes, what about me?" he asked, bouncing on the balls of his feet. "You get to be the wisecracking dragon," Miss Perkins announced. "It'll be epic." Tommy's eyes went wide. "I'm gonna be a dragon? I mean, how do you go from dancing rock to a dragon? That's a glow-up." As they prepped, Jamie and her friends felt a wave of joy wash over them. They turned Ashley's sabotage into fuel for their performance. With each joke and funny line, they slipped in clever ways to poke fun at Ashley without making it personal. Their clever wordplay sent giggles rippling through the audience, and soon everyone was rooting for them. Just before they took the stage, Jamie walked over to Ashley, who was glaring at her from across the room. "Hey there, we've got room for redemption and forgiveness in this play. How about you come join us as a asterisk background tree asterisk?" she asked, winking. Ashley blinked, surprise written all over her face. "A tree like a real tree." "Yup," Jamie said. "Real trees give great hugs, come on, why stay bitter when you can become a big part of this with us?" She opened her arms wide like branches reaching for sunlight. Ashley hesitated, looking confused at first. Then, to Jamie's shock, she smiled, not at Jamie, but at her own reflection in a nearby mirror. "Okay, maybe being a tree isn't so bad after all, but I better get a solo rooting scene." As Jamie and her friends took the stage, laughter erupted from the crowd, and Jamie realized that while broken trust can sting, the path to forgiveness can lead to surprising new beginnings, like becoming a tree in a school play with her former rival. Through the twists and turns, they had all learned a valuable lesson. Laughter can rebuild bridges. And sometimes, loyalty shines brightest when facing the most unexpected chaos together. As the sun peeked through the school windows, the buzz in the auditorium was electric. Jamie, Max, Lena, and Tommy sat together in their usual spots. They were still riding the high from their unexpected success in the play. But as the days went by, Anticipation shifted into nervous energy. Today was the day they would see the cast list for their next big show. "Do you think I'll finally get to play the hero?" Tommy said, straightening his glasses. "I'm ready to save the day. Or maybe just save yourself from tripping on stage," Lena teased, giving him a playful nudge. They all laughed, but deep down, everyone had their fingers crossed to be cast in parts that showcased their strengths. Finally, Miss Hargrove, the drama teacher, twirled into the room, holding a giant piece of paper like it was a treasure map. "All right, everyone, gather around. It's time to see who will shine in our next performance." The group hurriedly shuffled to the front, hearts pounding like a drum. They couldn't wait to discover their new roles. Jamie's palms were clammy, and Max fidgeted with his shirt collar. As Miss Hargrove pinned the cast list onto the board, everyone surged forward. Jamie squinted at the paper. "Wait, what? I'm paired with Ashley." Max raised an eyebrow. "I thought you two had a truce. This is like putting a cat and a dog in one box." Lena chuckled. "Maybe it's a comedy about how they learn to like each other." Tommy stared at the paper, then burst out laughing. "And look, I'm the sidekick to Ashley's character. This is going to be interesting." Ashley, who was standing nearby, overheard them and shot a glare. "This won't be funny for long, just you wait." But Jamie took a deep breath. "Well, we still have to work together. If we pull this off, we just might surprise everyone, maybe even ourselves." As rehearsals began, it felt like a roller coaster ride filled with loops and surprises. Jamie quickly realized Ashley wasn't the only problem. She'd brought along her friend Mia, who seemed determined to take all the spotlight. "You need to do it this way," Mia insisted, trying to call all the shots. Lena whispered to Jamie, "I think I'm starting to feel like a background tree again, just standing here while chaos unfolds." But then, something unexpected happened. During one rehearsal, Jamie executed a hilarious pratfall, tripping dramatically as she passed Ashley. Laughter erupted, filling the room with joy. Suddenly, everyone forgot the tension, with even Ashley laughing this time. Max jumped in with goofy sound effects. "Whoa, the hero goes down. What a plot twist." Slowly, the group began to bond, working on scenes together, poking fun at each other and encouraging one another. Tommy even started to shift out of his shy shell, doing funny impressions that made everyone crack up. And amidst all the giggles and goofy bits, Jamie decided to confront Ashley during a break. "Look, I know it's been rough between us, but maybe, just maybe, we can work together and make this a fun experience for everyone." Ashley's expression softened. "You're right. I've been acting like a real, villain. I don't want to be that person. I want to be part of something good." Taking a chance, Jamie said, "How about I share some stage time? We're not rivals, we're teammates. We can have each other's backs like the best buddy comedy." In that moment, the tension melted away like ice cream in the summer heat. They both smiled at each other, feeling the warmth of renewed trust. With a new spirit of loyalty, the cast moved into their final rehearsals. And when show day arrived, the auditorium was filled with energy. Friends and family gathered, ready to see what this mix of cast would do. And let me tell you, with all the laughs, unexpected moments, and over-the-top scenes, it turned out to be the best performance ever. Between pratfalls and clever jokes that poked fun at past rivalries, everyone was on board with laughter and cheer. As the curtain fell, Jamie looked at Ashley and whispered, "Nice job, partner." With a smile, Ashley replied, "Thanks, tree friend," and they both erupted into laughter, proving that even the toughest friendships could bloom with a sprinkle of forgiveness and a lot of laughter after the big show. The school was buzzing with excitement. Jamie, Max, Lena, and Tommy felt like rock stars. They could still hear the applause in their ears, echoing the night they conquered their stage fright, a pain like stepping on a Lego but worth it. But soon, as if fate had a mischievous grin, everything took a turn. In the corner of the school's bustling hallway, Jamie found a folded note in her locker. It was written in a scribbly handwriting that looked suspiciously like Mia's. "Meet me at the old garden shed after school. I have something important to share," it said. Jamie wondered what was going on. Was Mia going to talk about their performance, or was she going to unearth some secret rivalries? With a raised eyebrow and her trusty backpack slung over one shoulder, she decided to tell Max, Lena, and Tommy about the mysterious note. As the bell rang, they gathered in their favorite spot, a clump of benches that felt more like a cozy couch piled with laughter. "Should we go? It could be a trap," Max said, making a face as if he just bit into a sour lemon, but Jamie shrugged. "What's the worst that can happen? I mean, we survived a whole play with Ashley." "It could be worse," Lena joked. "We could end up in a soap opera where everyone suddenly switches roles." They all laughed. Tommy added, "Or where the school gets taken over by aliens and we have to act our way out." With a shared nod of bravery, they ventured towards the garden shed, ready to face the unknown. As they approached, the shed creaked. It looked like it had more secrets than a box of cookies at Grandma's house. There, leaning against the doorframe, was Mia, a smirk plastered on her face. "Hey, Jamie," she sneered, "I just wanted to say that I think your little theater dream is going to crash and burn. You should stick to minor roles." The group gasped. "Is this a sabotage attempt?" Tommy blurted. Bitterness swirled in the air like a bad smell. Jamie felt a rush of betrayal. "Really? Are you still mad about the play?" Mia shrugged. "I just don't want you guys stealing my spotlight. Why should you all get to have fun?" "But we worked hard together. We forgave each other," Lena exclaimed, stepping up beside Jamie. "You might have to realize that friendship beats your sneaky tricks any day." "You sound like a positive poster," Mia shot back. "Whatever, just don't say I didn't warn you." With that, she stormed off, leaving the air thick with awkwardness. "Wow, talk about drama. I didn't know we were auditioning for a high school musical version of Mean Girls," Max chuckled, trying to lighten the mood. It was true, though, what Mia said hurt. But Jamie wasn't about to let one note ruin their spirit. "Let's focus on the good stuff," she proposed, tapping her chin as if she were weighing two giant cookies, one sweet and one sour. "We became a team against all odds. Maybe we should confront this head-on." "What do you mean?" Tommy asked, scratching his head. "Let's throw a team comeback party. We'll invite everyone and show Mia and Ashley that we're still united. We can even create a silly skit." Jamie's eyes sparkled with excitement. "What's the worst that could happen? A small backyard concert where only squirrels show up." Everyone burst into laughter. Max laughed the hardest. "I can see it now. Welcome to Jamie and Friends featuring the Squirrel Band." And so began their plan. They spent days brainstorming, laughing until their sides hurt, making posters, and dealing with squirrels when they practiced their skit in the backyard. Jamie wrote silly dialogues, Max cracked jokes, Lena choreographed goofy dances, and Tommy surprised them all with his secret talent of juggling. Who knew he could toss around apples like a circus star? On the day of the team comeback party, Jamie felt nerves tingling in her stomach, but the support of her friends made her feel stronger. Friends stood outside the empty schoolyard, waiting, and soon, a crowd began to gather. Even Mia and Ashley, with their infamous looks of disbelief on their faces, couldn't resist coming over for the show. As they clowned around, spreading funny anecdotes about their previous escapades in theater, lights twinkled in the eyes of their classmates. They shared laughs and made silly mistakes on purpose, bringing in a sense of warmth and community that drove away the lingering moments of betrayal. By the end of the night, when they took a bow, Jamie realized something important. Sometimes people make mistakes, and trust gets broken like a fragile clay pot, but with time, friends can glue it back together. If we can find laughter together, we can find redemption, right? She said, looking at her friends. Nods and cheers erupted, echoing like the applause from their show. The path to forgiveness may not always be smooth, it may even have a few bumps and chipmunks. But with loyalty and friendship, they believed they could handle whatever came next. The sunlight streamed through the high windows of the old theater, warming up the stage where Jamie and her friends were busily rehearsing their upcoming play. This time, they were really pumped. They just had that amazing performance, and their spirits were soaring. But little did they know, mischief was lurking behind the curtains. As the gang was practicing, Tara, the queen of slapstick humor, cracked a joke that sent the whole crew into fits of giggles. "What do you call a theatrical fish?" a cast member. Laughter echoed around the stage as even Mr. Roberts, their sometimes grumpy director, cracked a smile. But then came the unexpected twist. Someone had decided to play a prank, and not just any prank. This one was right out of a comedy show. Between scenes, props mysteriously began to switch places. The knight's sword became a feather duster, a table turned into a trampoline, and the hero's cape was replaced by an old bed sheet with cartoon characters all over it. As the cast dashed around in confusion, Jamie accidentally tripped over a banana peel that had magically appeared on stage. "This place is turning into a cartoon," she gasped, laughing as she steadied herself with a nearby pillar. In that moment, every face lit up with joy. Mia, the one who had made those sneering comments just a week before, strolled onto the stage with an exaggerated strut, holding a rubber chicken high like it was some trophy. "Welcome to the comedy of errors, folks," she said, attempting a faux serious tone but bursting into laughter immediately. The chaos continued. Billy, always the jokester, attempted to juggle some of the misplaced props. He threw the feather duster in the air, and in the blink of an eye, it got caught in the stage lights, creating a plume of feathers that rained down on everyone. "Look, it's a feather festival," Tara cheered, grabbing handfuls and tossing them like confetti. As the laughter filled the air, Jamie couldn't help but notice the smiles that had replaced the rivalry. Maybe Mia's earlier comment about her dreams hadn't been the end. Maybe this was a new beginning. "I'm so glad we're all here together," Jamie shouted over the noise, and surprisingly, Mia nodded in agreement. The laughter and silliness made the tension melt like ice on a sunny day. Just then, Mr. Roberts walked in, eyes wide with disbelief as he took in the scene. "What's happening here? Are we putting on a play or a circus?" But even he couldn't help but chuckle, shaking his head at the sight. As the rehearsal went on, they decided to roll with the chaos. Instead of getting mad, Jamie suggested they add some of the funny mistakes into the performance. "Let's make this a comedy, our own special version." By the end of the day, they had turned a wild rehearsal into an unforgettable session of teamwork and laughter. The props' chaos brought them closer, teaching them that friendship can rise above hurtful words and mishaps. Through the fun and games, Jamie realized something huge. It wasn't just about being flawless on stage. It was about the bonds they were creating and the laughter that made everything okay. Perhaps betrayal was a hiccup in their path, but loyalty and redemption bloomed in every silly moment. As they left the theater, Mia, who had initially stirred trouble, turned to Jamie and the others. "So, about that team comeback party. How about we celebrate the best bloopers instead?" "Deal." They all cheered, excited for the celebration that was sure to strengthen their friendship even more. With one last look at the stage, Jamie smiled. Sometimes, laughter really is the best glue to mend the cracks of broken trust. The mood was still light and bright in the old theater, the walls echoing with laughter and whispers. Jamie and her friends were still riding the high of their last rehearsal meltdown. Little did they know, the stage was set for an unexpected twist that would shake their friendship to its core. The next day, the sun poured through the big windows, casting warm rays on the rehearsal space. Smells of popcorn from a nearby movie set drifted in, making everyone's stomachs growl like hungry lions. Jamie strolled in, her mind still spinning with thoughts of laughter and silly pranks. "Hey crew, what's the plan today?" she called out, noticing Mia was unusually quiet in the corner. Mia had a big bag next to her, which seemed awfully suspicious. "Oh, just some surprises," she replied, giving a cheesy grin that didn't quite reach her eyes. Jamie raised an eyebrow but brushed it off, thinking maybe Mia was finally warming up to their fun, crazy vibes. As the rehearsal began, things took a wild turn. An impromptu game of charades broke out when Alex accidentally tripped over a rogue banana peel, the remnants of the previous day's fun. Amidst giggles, Jamie encouraged everyone to act out their thoughts on friendship. But then Mia stood up, an odd gleam in her eyes. With an exaggerated slyness, she declared, "I think we should all share our biggest secrets." Laughter erupted, and it felt like a game until Mia looked straight at Jamie. There was a brief flicker of something. Was it mischief or maybe something darker? Jamie didn't know yet. One by one, they started sharing light-hearted secrets. "I once sang in the shower with the window open," shouted Alex, earning laughter and applause, but when it came to Mia, things shifted gears. "I know a secret that could really shake things up," she teased, her voice thick with an eerie tension. Jamie's heart raced. "What are you talking about, Mia?" she asked, trying to keep the mood light. Mia took a step forward, her bag, once innocent, now looked like a ticking time bomb. "Remember when Jamie said she thought rugged costumes were cool? I found the most ridiculous outfits just for her." Before Jamie could respond, Mia flung open the bag, revealing a hideous, sparkly costume covered in feathers. Everyone roared with laughter, but Jamie felt a strange sensation. Was this a friendly joke or a betrayal? Suddenly, the laughter felt as hollow as a drum. "Mia," Jamie started, but the words got lost among the chuckles. Was this funny, or was she trying to embarrass her on purpose? It reminded her of how things had turned sour in the past, and as hard as she tried to shake it off, insecurities crept in. As the laughter hung in the air, Jamie decided to stand up for herself. She said, "Hey, it's cool to kid around, but maybe we should watch how far we go." The room fell silent for a moment, eyes darting from one person to another. Mia's grin faded slightly, confusion tugging at her. I thought we were just playing," Mia stammered, her earlier cheekiness replaced by something almost defensive. "Yeah, but there's a line, you know." Jamie replied gently, searching Mia's face for understanding. The air felt heavy, filled with an awkward tension that had never been there before. Then, like a puppet on strings, Alex sprang into action, breaking the tension. "Well, who's up for some pizza? I could use a break from all these feathers." He gave a supportive wink to Jamie, and the mood shifted just a little, easing the air. As they turned to leave, Jamie could see Mia glancing at her, regret swirling in her eyes. That moment of betrayal flickered like a film reel, tangled with the confusion of laughter and pain. Jamie felt loyalty band together within her, beating down her earlier doubts. Maybe the path to redemption was more than just a quick fix. Later that evening, while everyone munched on slices of cheesy goodness, Jamie approached Mia quietly. "Hey, could we talk?" she asked softly, trying to keep her tone light, even as her heart raced. "Sure," Mia replied, her voice uncertain. They found a corner away from the laughter, the chaos still echoing around them. Jamie took a breath. I felt a bit off during rehearsal. I guess when we play around, it's important we don't cross wires. I want us to laugh together, not hurt each other. Mia looked down, guilt clouding her usual bright spirit. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to be funny. I see now how it made you feel bad. I'm really sorry, Jamie. I guess I got carried away. Jamie smiled slowly, relief washing over her. I appreciate that. Everyone makes mistakes, right? It's all about learning. Mia nodded, her eyes shining with sincerity. Let's promise to look out for each other, okay? Friends stick together like melted cheese on pizza. They both chuckled, and the weight started to lift. With hearts easing into the promise of understanding and loyalty, they rejoined their friends, ready to mix laughter with newfound humility. In a world where betrayal and trust danced like old friends together, they would find their way back to each other. One funny moment at a time, Jamie and Mia were back to their usual hangout spot in the school cafeteria, the big round table that felt like their very own command center. The sun streamed through the window, making everything look cozy and bright, but things were about to take a turn darker than that chocolate cake at the dessert bar. So, are you ready for tomorrow's big day? Mia chirped with a grin, clearly excited about their upcoming audition for the school play. She drummed her fingers on the table, the sound mixing with laughter from other students nearby. Jamie raised an eyebrow, trying to match Mia's excitement while feeling an odd knot in her stomach. Yeah, I guess, but really, what role do you want? Jamie asked carefully. She wanted to be supportive but felt a hint of tension. Oh, you know me, the best supporting role ever. I just want to be on stage. Mia laughed, but Jamie noticed a flicker in her friend's eyes, something mischievous. Was she hiding something? The day of the audition arrived, and the theater buzzed with nerves and energy. They stood side by side, flipping through their scripts, but every time Mia glanced at Jamie, there was a slight smirk on her face. Jamie's heart thumped as she felt an odd feeling creeping in, like the suspense of waiting for a joke to land. When it was finally Mia's turn to go in for her audition, Jamie hoped she would knock it out of the park. Mia was talented and charming after all, but then Jamie heard pieces of what Mia was telling the director. I'm going for the leading role, you won't regret it. That's when Jamie's face turned as red as a tomato. Her heart sank. Wait, what? When Mia came out, she looked like she just got off a roller coaster. That was amazing, she exclaimed, but Jamie wasn't feeling amazing at all. Mia, I thought we were going for the supporting role together, Jamie said, trying to keep her voice steady. Why didn't you tell me about the lead? Mia's smile evaporated faster than ice cream under the sun. Oh no, I wanted this so bad. I thought if I didn't say anything, it would be a surprise. Jamie felt like someone had pulled the rug out from under her. Surprise, it feels more like betrayal. She shouted, her voice echoing a little too loud in the quiet room. Mia's eyes widened, and suddenly the cheerful cafeteria felt so heavy. I didn't mean to hurt you, Jamie. I thought I could surprise you with good news. But it's not good news for me. Jamie felt like her heart had suddenly turned from candy to sour lemons. You didn't even ask how I felt. We were supposed to be in this together. The kitchen grew quiet. All the laughter seemed to vanish, replaced by the weight of broken trust. Jamie could feel tears poking at her eyes, but she blinked them away. Mia took a deep breath, her expression turning serious. You're right. I didn't think about you. I got caught up in my own dreams and forgot about my best friend. I'm sorry. A little silence passed, and Jamie shifted in her chair, her heart still heavy. A part of her wanted to forgive Mia right then and there, but it was hard. Mia, it's not just about the role, it's about loyalty. Friends should have each other's backs, right? Jamie said, folding her arms. You've got to tell me everything, that's how we roll. Team Jamie and Mia. Mia nodded vigorously, her eyes sparkling with sincerity. Yes, I promise to be open. Just like I was about that time I tried to sing pop songs and ended up sounding like a cat in a blender. They both cracked up at the memory. Mia's off-tune rendition of a hit song still echoed in Jamie's mind. I forgive you, but we need to do this together. If we both go for leads, we risk hurting each other again. What if we reignite the team spirit? Jamie suggested, her heart starting to mend. I love that idea. Mia's relief was tangible and they both laughed again, feeling the weight lifting. I won't hide my auditions, but if I do, I promise you can surprise me back. Deal, Jamie chuckled, her voice regaining its usual cheerfulness. They completed the day with playful banter and shared dreams about who they would play in the upcoming play. As they walked home, hand in hand like the best friends they were, it felt like a winding road led them back to healing. They promised to always communicate and remind each other that their friendship was the best role of all. With a touch of humor still dancing in their tummies, both girls realized they could face the curtain of life. Together as the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a warm glow on their neighborhood, Jamie and Mia were buzzing with excitement. They had successfully mended their friendship after the big argument, and now they were determined to tackle the next big challenge. The school play's wild costume competition. Remember, no drama today, just costumes, Jamie said, her eyes sparkling with mischief. They had decided to design matching costumes to showcase their strong partnership. After all, wasn't the whole point of a duo to look cool together? Mia chuckled. Unless one of us accidentally glues a feather boa to our forehead again. They both burst into laughter, recalling the time Mia had tried to be a glamorous peacock. Spoiler alert, Jamie had to intervene and a sticky mess followed. The girls spent hours in Jamie's garage, surrounded by sheets, glitter, and a mountain of colorful fabric. Jamie was snipping here and gluing there, while Mia twirled, trying to figure out how to transform a big cardboard box into a magical talking treasure chest. Don't forget about the surprise twist, Jamie reminded her, grinning. Every great costume needs a twist, like a plot twist but wearably wacky. With a gleam in her eye, Mia suddenly shouted, "What if the treasure chest surprises everyone by being a lifeguard when it opens?" Jamie laughed out loud, a bubbling sound that made Mia feel like she could conquer the world with laughter. Only you would take a treasure chest to the beach. But hey, let's do it. Lifeguard costume it is. As they worked, the day flew by. They joked about the life and death situations of costume design. What's the worst that could happen? Jamie mused, holding up a glittery life preserver. A fashion emergency. What if we show up and everyone else's costumes are super boring? Mia replied, her voice dripping with exaggerated seriousness. Then we shall be the shining stars of the show, Jamie dramatically declared, spinning around. However, as they prepared to finish their masterpiece, Mia's phone buzzed. She picked it up and her smile faded. Jamie glanced over, asking, "What's wrong?" With a heavy heart, Mia said, "It's Chloe. She's auditioning for the same role, and she invited me to help her with her costume." Jamie felt a knot twist in her stomach. "But you promised we would do this together. Are you really considering helping her?" Mia paused, staring at her phone. "I don't know, it could be good practice. I mean, she was my friend too, but I won't abandon you." To be honest, Jamie felt betrayed again, but she remembered the promise they made just days ago about loyalty. "Mia," she said, "I believe in your talent, just like we talked about before. Helping Chloe is one thing, but abandoning your own dreams, that's not cool. We need to trust each other." Mia sighed, looking conflicted. "You're right, but what if I end up full of glitter and nobody pays attention to our masterpiece? Then let's make sure they do. We can turn this wild costume fiasco into a win together." Jamie grinned, her enthusiasm contagious. Mia smiled back, feeling a spark of determination. Okay, let's show everyone that the magic treasure chest and lifeguard combo is the best costume ever. With that, they got back to the gluing and snipping, filling their hearts with hope and smiles. A real friendship doesn't just mean standing together when times are easy. It means weaving your way through challenges, even when others come knocking. As the sun set, illuminating the world with pinks and oranges, Jamie said, "If anything goes wrong, at least we'll have a funny story. Like the time you thought you could turn into an owl with a cardboard box and wings." Mia snickered. "Well, I still believe in my winged wisdom, but I'll keep that talent in my pocket this time." With laughter echoing between them, they created memories, realizing that broken trust can become a bridge of understanding, leading them to a place of forgiveness, laughter, and loyalty, the true treasures of their friendship. As Jamie and Mia huddled over their costume designs, giggles bubbled up like the frothy waves of the ocean. Okay, so we have the lifeguard hats, the big sunblock bottle, and what about a treasure chest? Mia suggested, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Yeah, a treasure chest filled with all the sunny goodies. Jamie replied, drawing a little treasure map on their sketch. It'll be a big hit. They worked tirelessly, cutting, gluing, and joking about what treasures lifeguards might really want. What, you don't think they search for buried sunblock? Mia burst into laughter, and Jamie snorted, shaking her head. I'm pretty sure sunburn isn't something one can dig up. But just as they began to feel confident in their creation, Mia's phone buzzed like a bee nearby. Ugh, it's Chloe again, Mia sighed, sliding her finger across the screen. Jamie rolled her eyes, remembering their chat about how untrustworthy Chloe was. Tell her you're busy, we have a project to finish. But curiosity got the better of Mia, and she read Chloe's text out loud. Hey, wanna help me with my pirate costume? I can really use your skills. Lollipop. Mia chewed her lip, torn. But I promised I would only work with you, Jamie. It's just a costume, right? That just kinda sounds like a big deal, Jamie replied, feeling a strange twinge in her chest. You don't want to betray our newfound friendship, do you? It was a prickly moment, silence stretching like dough. Mia felt a weight in the air, like someone had dumped a pile of wet towels over them. No, wait, she blurted. I'm not betraying you, it's just to help her out. I'll come right back. But Jamie couldn't shake off the flutter of unease in her stomach. You do what you want, she said, trying to sound nonchalant, except her voice cracked a little like a broken record. Mia felt a stab of guilt but wanted to show her creative side. I'll be super quick, you'll hardly notice I'm gone. She grabbed her fabric swatches, her heart racing like a runaway train. Fine, just remember who you've got to trust, Jamie muttered, picking up the hot glue gun and watching as the glue sizzled, wishing it could fix her mood too. Time passed, and before Mia realized it, she was at Chloe's house, surrounded by shimmering pirate fabrics and treasures that looked like they had come from a dollar store sale. What a haul! Chloe exclaimed, tossing her hair dramatically. Aren't you loving my pirate vibe? Sure, Mia said awkwardly. But I really should get back to Jamie. We have a lot to finish for the competition. Come on, just help me with this part, just a tiny little thing. Chloe coaxed, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Mia hesitated, but at the edge of a decision, thought about all those sewing marathons with Jamie. You're right, I have to help my friend. But as she reached out to help Chloe, a sudden rush of fabric whipped through the air. Uh-oh, Chloe squeaked, miscalculating her swath of glittery tulle, and it covered Mia in a sticky, sparkly mess. Now you look like a glittery banana, Chloe laughed. Mia, feeling a mix of happiness and annoyance, pulled herself free and exclaimed, I look like a piñata gone wrong. Back at home, Jamie was a bundle of nerves, her fingers nervously tapping the table as she stared at the clock. "Where is she?" she murmured, trying to focus on their lifeguard helmet. Every tick of the clock felt like a drum roll preparing her for bad news. Suddenly, the door swung open and there stood Mia, looking like she had just surfaced from a colorful storm. "I might have had a slight asterisk costume malfunction asterisk," she said sheepishly, glimmering like a disco ball. "Whoa, you're a sparkly lifeguard," Jamie exclaimed, bursting into laughter. And just like that, all her worries faded. "Guess what?" Mia started, her face lighting up as she sat down. "I missed us. It was fun, but I finally get it. My real treasure is you and our friendship." "I'm glad," Jamie grinned, feeling her own heart swell with joy. "And no more secret pirate adventures, okay?" They spent the rest of the evening snipping and stitching away, brushing away the tension, as they turned their lifeguard-themed treasure chest costume into a burst of laughter and memories. In between gluing bits, they knew it wasn't just the costumes that mattered. It was their understanding of each other that shone the brightest. With giggles echoing like waves, they stitched their trust tighter, fully embracing the real treasure of their friendship. The sun shone bright as Jamie and Mia sat at the tiny table in Jamie's backyard, surrounded by roll after roll of colorful fabric and buckets of glitter. They were back to working on their lifeguard-themed costumes, but Jamie could tell Mia wasn't quite herself. Her mind seemed to drift like a beach ball on a windy day, and Jamie couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. "Mia, you all right?" Jamie asked, pushing a strand of hair behind her ear. Mia snapped back to reality, her eyes wide like a startled deer. "Oh, yeah, totally. Just thinking about how much I love, floaties." "Floaties," Jamie chuckled, grabbing a neon pink floaty that was nearby. "You mean these rubber tubes?" "Exactly," Mia said, grabbing the floaty and spinning it like a hula hoop around her waist. "The ultimate lifeguard accessory." Just then, Mia's phone buzzed. She looked down, her expression shifting from playful to serious. Jamie caught a glimpse of the screen. It was Chloe again. "Mia, I swear if Chloe is inviting you to help with another costume, I can't help it. She wants me to be her pirate sidekick. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a pirate? Think of the adventure." Jamie faked a gasp, clutching her chest dramatically. "But what about our lifeguard masterpiece? We could rule the beach and also save lives. We could be the first lifeguarding duo that's also fashionable." "But pirates are so cool," Mia exclaimed, now doing a pirate impression that looked more like a chicken dance. "Air matey," Jamie couldn't help but laugh. "This isn't looking good for our lifeguard reputation, Mia." Mia's laughter faded a bit as she looked at Jamie, her eyes glimmering with doubt. "I know, but nothing. Remember, we're a team. We promised we would stick together, no matter what sparkly distractions came our way." With a sigh, Mia reluctantly agreed, and they decided to focus on their lifeguard costumes. They spent the rest of the afternoon snipping, stitching, and creating and talking about life and friendship. Their laughter filled the air, drowning out any lingering doubts. However, the following day, Mia's phone buzzed again. This time, she couldn't resist. "I'll just help Chloe for one afternoon, just to see what it's like, and I'll be back, I promise," she declared before darting off like a dolphin leaping through waves. Jamie watched her go, feeling a pinch in her heart but also a hint of understanding. Sometimes it felt good to be a little adventurous. Hours passed, and soon Mia returned, a whirlwind of sequins and sparkles trailing behind her. "Jamie, you won't believe what I—" But Jamie's voice, thick with disappointment, rang out. "Mia, you said you'd be back. I know, but Chloe's pirate party was fabulous, better than our lifeguard costumes." Jamie interjected, her heart racing. "No, it was chaotic, like swimming with jellyfish. I thought Chloe had everything under control, but it was all glitter and no sense." I felt lost in all those costumes. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew past them, sending glitter into the air like a rainbow explosion. They both stood there, mouths agape, as a sparkling cloud surrounded them. Mia blinked and then burst out laughing. Well, at least we're the sparkliest lifeguards ever. Jamie grinned, realizing that amidst the glittery chaos was a valuable lesson. You do know what teamwork really means, right? What? Finding your way back together, even if you take a little tumble along the way. Mia nodded. And sticking together, through glitter and all. As they laughed again, their friendship became even stronger. The betrayal of time spent apart turned into a promise of loyalty. They high-fived, a mix of glitter and sand sticking to their hands, signing little contracts of friendship right then and there. And it was clear that along the tangled path of costumes and adventures, the greatest treasure was a friendship that sparkled brighter than any pirate's gem. Jamie and Mia were back in the cozy glow of their workshop, surrounded by heaps of colorful fabric and half-finished lifeguard costumes. The sun streamed through the window, lighting up their little corner of creativity. They had decided that teamwork, like a trusty life preserver, was the way to stay afloat, especially after the little pirate adventure that almost swept Mia away. "All right, let's get back to business," Jamie said, holding up a bright red life vest. "This is gonna be our masterpiece. Lifeguards, here we come." Mia felt a wave of enthusiasm wash over her. She grabbed some blue fabric for the shorts, but instead of cutting it straight, she tripped over her own foot, sending a flurry of scissors and scraps flying into the air. "Whoa!" she yelled, flailing like a fish out of water. Jamie burst out laughing. "Looks like the lifeguard needs saving." She picked up a stray piece of fabric and pretended it was a lifesaver, tossing it theatrically to Mia. "Catch!" Mia, still giggling, didn't catch the fabric. It landed on her head, turning her into a goofy blue-capped lifeguard. "Ready to rescue the beach from bad fashion," she declared with a dramatic pose. Just then, Chloe popped her head in through the door. "Hey, what's happening in here? A fashion disaster?" She had a cheeky grin on her face, and Mia felt a twinge of guilt about sneaking off to the pirate party without Jamie. "No," Jamie exclaimed, waving her hands in mock horror. "It's an avant-garde lifeguard look." "I see," Chloe chuckled. "Very unique. Want to join me for pirate dress rehearsals later?" Mia hesitated, remembering how chaotic the pirate party had been. "No, I'm good. I think our lifeguard squad is all I need." Chloe looked a little disappointed, but Mia caught a flash of something else in her eyes. Was it betrayal? Before Mia could figure it out, Jamie nudged her playfully. "Let's focus on this masterpiece. We've got a beach to save." With their creative spirits high, the duo jumped back into their project, but the laughter didn't stop. Each misstep turned into a hilarious moment. Jamie accidentally held her glue bottle upside down. When she squeezed, a big glob of glue plopped onto the floor, creating a sticky mess. "Oops, my glue boat sank," she joked, trying to scrape the glue up with a piece of fabric. "Need a lifeboat?" Mia laughed, tossing a piece of fabric at Jamie's head. As the afternoon wore on, Mia looked at their blended creations, the bright colors, the peculiar shapes, and realized they were making something special together. Working through the mess and gluing everything back together, they were not just creating costumes, they were building trust and loyalty, reinforcing their friendship. But suddenly, Mia's phone buzzed. It was Chloe again, inviting her to a surprise pirate-themed event. Mia's heart raced, and she felt a wave of confusion. She remembered how much she loved the adventure, but at the same time, she valued her friendship with Jamie above all. "I can't, can I?" she said to herself, biting her lip. Jamie, noticing her expression, tilted her head. "What's up? You look like you just saw a ghost on a surfboard." "My phone, it's Chloe," She wants me to join her at that pirate thing, Mia stammered, feeling herself torn. Mia, you should go if you want to, Jamie said gently, her voice steady as a lighthouse beam cutting through the fog. But I hope you remember that sometimes the best adventures are the ones we create right here. She gestured around them, at the fabric-covered chaos, and Mia realized it was true. Taking a deep breath, Mia smiled. Thanks, Jamie. I think I'm gonna stay put, and we can be the best lifeguards ever. With a newfound sense of clarity, Mia returned to their creation, and together they stitched up not only fabric, but also any broken moments of doubt. They understood that in life, friends could trip over their own feet, but if they stumbled together, they could still find their way back to one another, like treasure seekers discovering the real gems of friendship along the way. And just like that, the duo found their rhythm again, laughing all the way as they wrapped up their lifeguard costumes, ready for whatever adventures awaited them next in the lively workshop. The air was filled with the scent of fabric glue and the sound of giggles as Jamie and Mia stitched the last details on their lifeguard costumes. The sun streamed in through the window, casting a warm glow over their colorful projects. I think we should add a cape, Jamie joked, twirling his scissors like a superhero. Every good lifeguard needs to rescue someone in style. Mia laughed, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Yeah, a cape that can help save the world and, if necessary, a beach ball. She pretended to save the day by swooping across the room, cape flapping behind her like a flag of fun. But as their laughter echoed, Mia's mind wandered back to Chloe's invitation to the pirate party. Later that day, after a few more hilarious attempts at cape was a rescue tool, Mia paused. Hey Jamie, can I ask you something? She blurted out nervously. Sure, ask away. I promise I won't use this information to create a superhero costume. Jamie replied, his eyes wide with mock seriousness. Mia bit her lip. What would you think if I went to that pirate party with Chloe instead of staying here? She studied Jamie's face for any hint of disappointment. The room fell quiet, and Jamie's smile faded a little. I thought we had something special planned today, like becoming lifeguards and saving cupcakes from drowning or something. His voice dipped slightly. Mia felt a pinch of guilt. I know, but it's just one party. It's not like I'd abandon our masterpiece. Jamie shrugged, trying to seem okay. It just feels like you're sailing away on a ship full of fun without me. Feeling the weight of their friendship, Mia took a deep breath. What if I invite you too? Jamie's face lit up like a light bulb. That's a great idea. We could crash the pirate party as lifeguards. It'll be a rescue mission. Mia's heart raced with excitement and relief. They finished their costumes, each stitch tightening the bond of their creativity and silliness. As they worked together, she couldn't shake the little voice in her head that mentioned Chloe again. Let's just promise to always tell each other the truth, Mia suddenly blurted. No secrets, no hidden treasure. Agreed, Jamie said, nodding. Unless we're talking about cupcake recipes. You know, some secrets should stay sweet. They both chuckled, feeling the anxiety lighten like a balloon drifting away. Mia felt confident about the party, but once they arrived, things got weird. Chloe spotted them before they even stepped foot into the pirate-themed environment. Wow, what happened to the whole ag matey theme? She giggled, pointing at their lifeguard costumes. It's the new trend. Lifeguards are the new pirates. Jamie shot back, grinning. Now we save the plundered cupcakes. But Mia noticed Chloe's eyes darting away to two other friends whispering and giggling. The laughter felt different. It pulled at the air and made Mia nervous. Was she part of something sneaky? That moment passed, and the fun of the party swept them away. They danced like no one was watching and laughed until their stomachs hurt. However, the thought lingered. Suddenly, as they were about to take a group picture, Chloe's other friends called her away, whispering in secret. Mia caught a few words like betrayal and behind your back. Her heart dropped like an anchor in murky waters. Jamie, she whispered, trying to keep calm, I think something is off. Chloe, she might not be honest with us. Jamie frowned. What do you mean? She's been our friend. Mia's voice trembled. But what if she's hiding something? I mean, she invited us here. What if it was just to set us up? What if she thinks we aren't cool enough? No way, Jamie said reassuringly. We're like the best lifeguards ever. We just saved cupcakes. But if something feels fishy, let's keep our eyes open. Mia nodded, feeling a rush of loyalty to Jamie. As the party continued and the music pumped joyously around them, they promised each other that no matter what secrets or lies came their way, their friendship would be their strongest lifeboat. The night grew long, filled with pirate adventures, synchronized dance moves disguised as lifeguard duties, and laughter that echoed across the pirate ship decorations. Little did they know this was just the start of a tangled web of secrets and the quirks of growing up, where trust would be tested, but their loyalty would shine brighter than any pirate treasure. Jamie and Mia woke up feeling the buzz of excitement from the pirate party. They had spent the whole night laughing and trying on their lifeguard costumes, complete with bright red swimsuits and even capes made out of sparkly fabric. We're going to save the day, one splash at a time, Jamie joked, striking a superhero pose that made Mia burst into giggles. But beneath her laughter, Mia felt a little flutter of guilt. She was still thinking about how she invited Jamie to the party, all while wanting to hang out with Chloe too. What if I just leave Jamie hanging? She thought. But what if Chloe has some plan up her sleeve? When the day of the party arrived, rumors swirled around school faster than a roller coaster ride. Someone said Chloe was planning to bring a mystery guest to the pirate bash, and another person claimed she was secretly dating a famous YouTuber. People whispered about Mia and Jamie too. Did you hear? Mia's ditching Jamie for Chloe. One classmate said. No way, I bet Jamie feels betrayed, added another. What's with all the drama? Jamie groaned, overhearing the rumors. You'd think we're in a soap opera or a pirate movie. Mia replied, trying to lighten the mood with a swashbuckling hand gesture. Our matey will sail through this. But as the rehearsal for their school play loomed closer, tensions ran high. Jamie and Mia were supposed to perform a huge scene together, but every time they practiced, they could barely focus. Jamie kept imagining Chloe's sneaky smile, while Mia couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Okay, who put salt in the sugar? Jamie huffed out during one of their practice sessions, throwing a prop sword down dramatically. I feel like we're rehearsing for a betrayal scene instead of a buddy adventure. Mia laughed, but her heart ached. We need to stick together like peanut butter and jelly. No, like pirates and treasure. Let's take on the world. Suddenly, they heard a crash from the back of the room. It was Chloe, accidentally knocking over a stack of props. The room turned silent and all eyes were on her. Oops, sorry. She laughed, her voice bright but carrying a hint of tension. Just bringing in the drama. Mia shot Jamie a look. They both knew that Chloe's clumsiness might be a veil for something deeper going on. Hey Chloe, want to help us with the scene? Jamie asked, trying to mask her own feelings of uncertainty with kindness. The more pirates, the merrier, right? Chloe nodded, but Mia could see the small flicker of control in her eyes, like she was still guarding her secrets behind a treasure chest. As they all practiced together, the atmosphere felt thick with awkwardness. Chloe was a great actress, but her energy shifted slightly every time Jamie and Mia exchanged glances. Later in the rehearsal, when Jamie tripped over a piece of scenery, she half-heartedly blamed Chloe. Ugh, I guess the mystery guest cursed me. Jamie said, winking to lighten the mood, but Mia caught the hint of bitterness in her voice. Mia straightened up. Guys, we're friends, right? Let's just focus on having fun, fighting for the treasure together instead of against each other. Chloe hesitated, chewing on her lip. Yeah, I mean, it's just a party. No need for secrets, right? Jamie and Mia exchanged looks, and for a moment they felt a shift. Maybe they could be that pirate crew who fought through storms together. As they wrapped up, Mia whispered to Jamie, "Let's promise to keep talking about how we feel, okay? Just like we joked about saving lives, let's save our friendship." "Deal," Jamie grinned, feeling the tension melt away. They all knew there would be rough waters ahead. Trust wasn't just a treasure, it stayed valuable through storms and swells. But with a strong gust of loyalty in their sails, they felt ready to face whatever life threw their way. Together the sun peeked through the curtains, bright and cheerful, but inside Jamie's room the mood was anything but. She paced back and forth, her pirate hat still resting on her head from the party last night, though her heart felt heavy. Why did Mia have to talk to Chloe? Jamie mumbled to herself, arms crossed. Her mind buzzed like a bee caught in a flower pot, and trust me, that bee was buzzing all kinds of crazy thoughts. Over at Mia's house, she was having her own little mini drama festival. What if Jamie doesn't want to be my friend anymore? She sighed, staring at her reflection in the mirror. The way she felt was like being stuck between a rock and a hard place, or maybe between a hot dog stand and an ice cream truck. Too many delicious choices, but none that really felt right. Later that day at school, Jamie and Mia met up by the swings. The air felt thick with unspoken words, heavier than a backpack full of bricks. Mia kicked at the ground, while Jamie fiddled with her pirate hat, a bit too big for her. "So, about last night," Jamie began, her voice wavy like a jellyfish in water. "Yeah, about that," Mia replied, her eyes darting away like they were playing a game of tag. "I feel like we left things a bit sticky. Sticky like chewed-up gum on a shoe," Jamie offered, trying to inject some humor into the serious air around them. "Exactly," Mia chuckled, her nervousness easing just a notch. "But seriously, I didn't mean to make you feel left out. Chloe just invited me to her big reveal and I got caught up, you know." Jamie rolled her eyes, her pirate spirit awakening a bit. "On Captain Jamie's ship, loyalty is the name of the game, and you know what else? Betraying your first mate is a big no-no. But I didn't mean to betray you," Mia exclaimed, throwing her hands in the air. "It felt like I was just exploring new waters." "Exploring," Jamie raised an eyebrow. "Or jumping ship," Mia giggled but then sobered up again. "It feels like there's a storm brewing, Jamie. I'm sorry if I hurt you. You're my best friend, not just a sidekick in a pirate play." Jamie took a deep breath, the tension unwinding like a spring in a toy robot. "I know, and I'm sorry too. I was jumping to conclusions like a kangaroo on a trampoline. I didn't even give you a chance to explain." Just then, out of the blue, Chloe strutted by, all sunshine and sass, her mystery guest flanking her. The buzz of ambition around her was like a birthday balloon that someone kept blowing up, ready to pop at any moment. "Hey losers, ready to see the twist of the century?" she taunted, eyeing Jamie and Mia. Mia shot Jamie a look, her eyes saying, "Please don't let her get to us." Jamie smirked and motioned for Mia to follow her lead. Together they stepped forward, ready to embrace the chaos that Chloe was about to unleash. "Oh really? You mean the way you keep your guests mysterious, or the way you steal my thunder?" Jamie quipped back, channeling her inner pirate captain. Chloe's eyes widened as Jamie and Mia shared a giggle. The tension melted away like ice cream on a sunny day. "You think that's funny? Just wait, you'll be begging for mercy when you see this," Chloe exclaimed, her mystery guest winking at them. After Chloe sashayed off, Jamie turned to Mia, grinning wide. "Wow, we just pulled a pirate move of our own. We stood strong together. And that's what friends are for, right? Mia replied, feeling that warm glow in her heart. Loyalty over drama. They hugged it out, excitement bubbling up. The lights of the school play were shining in the distance, and together they marched towards it. Their friendship shimmered brighter than any mystery Chloe might drop on them. What's a little drama when you've got trust, forgiveness, and an epic adventure ahead? Mia paced back and forth in her bedroom, her mind racing faster than a hamster on a wheel. After everything that had happened with Jamie, she knew it was time to make things right. But how? Apologizing was nerve-wracking, especially since she'd never been great at saying "I'm sorry" without sounding like a total goofball. Suddenly, an idea struck Mia like a burst of confetti. What if I turn my apology into a comedy show? She thought, a smile spreading across her face. She grabbed her phone and texted Jamie, "Hey, can you come over? I have a surprise for you." When Jamie arrived, she found Mia surrounded by colorful props, a clown nose, oversized glasses, and a rubber chicken. Jamie couldn't help but giggle at the sight. "What's all this?" she asked, raising an eyebrow with curiosity. Mia put on the floppy clown nose and spoke in a silly voice. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the I'm Sorry show. Tonight's special guest is my best friend Jamie." She struck a ridiculous pose and Jamie burst into laughter. The tension in the air began to fade. "First, I'd like to address the elephant in the room," Mia continued, gesturing to a stuffed elephant sitting in the corner. "I mean, Jamie, we both know Chloe can be a bit of a, well, what's a funny word for drama queen?" "Drama llama," Jamie offered, snickering. "Yes, a drama llama," Mia giggled, "and I accidentally let that llama run wild. I'm really sorry for how I made you feel." She took off the clown nose and looked Jamie in the eye. "I never meant to betray your trust. You're my best friend, and I want our friendship to be like a pair of sneakers, always ready for an adventure." Jamie smiled, trying to keep it together. "Okay, but funny props aside, you did make me feel like a forgotten Big Mac in a sea of salads." Mia laughed, her shoulders relaxing. "Right, and I regret it like a kid who's just eaten a whole birthday cake when they're supposed to be on a diet. But here's the thing, I know I messed up and I'll earn back your trust, one jelly bean at a time." "Jelly beans, are you trying to bribe me with candy?" Jamie teased, lightly pushing Mia's shoulder. "Hey, it's a sweet deal." Mia smiled, then took out a small bag of jelly beans from her pocket. "But seriously, I promise to be better. I'll be as loyal as a dog with a tennis ball, never leaving your side." "You're really trying to make me laugh here, huh?" Jamie replied, a glimmer of warmth returning to her eyes. "I appreciate it, but can we talk about Chloe? She's still being, well, a drama llama." "Of course," Mia replied, putting the props down. "We can face her antics together. We're like Batman and Robin, only cooler and with better outfits." With newfound excitement, the two friends mapped out a plan to handle Chloe's antics with humor and a little sass. They joked and brainstormed over jelly beans, and with every laugh, Jamie's heart felt lighter. "Just one more thing, Mia," Jamie said, suddenly serious again. "Promise me you'll always talk to me directly if something bothers you. No more sneaky llama antics." "Promise," Mia declared, crossing her heart. "No more betrayals. Just laughter and loyalty, like a perfectly synced dance routine." They sealed their promise with a jelly bean toast, and as they clinked their favorite flavors together, they both knew this was the start of a stronger friendship. They might have faced a drama llama, but now they were ready to tackle anything together. Armed with humor, loyalty, and a pinch of jelly beans, Mia sat on her bed, surrounded by a sea of brightly colored props. She had balloons, rubber chickens, and even a giant pair of sunglasses. Today was the day of her big comedy show, an improvised scene where she'd try to mend her friendship with Jamie and tackle the whole Chloe situation head-on. Just as Mia was practicing her best chicken dance in the mirror, her phone buzzed. It was Jamie. "Hey Mia, is the show still on?" said Jamie. "Of course. I saved the best jokes just for you. Get ready to laugh." Mia replied, feeling butterflies in her stomach. She took a deep breath, reminding herself that laughter could heal even the toughest wounds. The living room was set up like a stage, complete with a makeshift curtain of bedsheets. When Jamie arrived, her eyes sparkled with excitement. "Wow, this place looks like a circus. Only the best for my best friend," Mia said, flipping a rubber chicken into the air and catching it dramatically. "Today, we'll tackle betrayal, redemption, oh, and those crazy llama moments from Chloe." As they got started, Mia donned a pair of oversized sunglasses and held up a stuffed llama. "Meet Drama Llama. She's here to remind us how messy friendship can be, especially when trust gets trampled." Jamie laughed, echoing, "And how? Remember last week when Chloe took my favorite necklace? I thought I was going to explode." "Right. Chloe's like a tornado of drama," Mia said, flapping her arms like wings. "Who needs a hurricane forecast when we've got her?" They both giggled as Mia pretended to be blown away by an imaginary storm. With each joke, Mia felt the tension between them fade like cotton candy on a hot day. She started to think about how betrayal could feel like stepping on a Lego, a sharp shock. "But Jamie, what matters is that we can still find our way back. Like when I found the Lego piece under the couch, it was stuck, and so were we." Jamie nodded, a smile slowly replacing the worried look on her face. "You're right, I mean, we can fix things if we stick together, right?" "Exactly, and if we can survive this llama tornado, we can survive anything." Mia took a deep breath and took a chance. "Maybe we should also consider how to redeem ourselves. What if we do something nice for Chloe? Show her we're a team. Maybe remind her that loyalty doesn't go out of style." "Good idea. Like a drama llama detour party. We can invite her over and let her know we're in it together. Then we can all laugh about the mess and rebuild our trust." Jamie cheered. The two friends broke into a series of funny impressions, mimicking Chloe's dramatic poses. Mia pretended to gasp dramatically. "Oh, the horror, my friendships are crumbling like stale popcorn." They laughed so hard that Mia's mom peeked in, shaking her head and chuckling. With their improvised scene coming to a close, Mia and Jamie hugged tightly. "Thank you for accepting my silly apology and hatching this plan to handle the llama drama," Jamie added, still giggling. The air was filled with freshly baked cookies, and as they savored the treats, Mia felt a warm glow in her heart. Sure, accidents happen and trust can break, but laughter is sticky, just like a jelly bean. It binds friendships tighter than ever, making each moment a little sweeter. And today, with a bit of humor and a sprinkle of forgiveness, they were back on track. Just like that, Mia knew they were ready for whatever crazy antics Chloe had in store next. Together, they'd swipe away the drama with jokes, and with loyalty in their hearts, they were ready to face the world, one rubber chicken at a time. Mia stood backstage, her heart racing like a wild roller coaster. The bright lights shone down, casting a glow that made the whole room feel a bit magical and a bit scary. Jamie was pacing beside her, clutching Drama Llama, who wore a tiny cowboy hat and sunglasses. "Mia, what if nobody laughs? What if they throw drama llamas at us instead?" Jamie whispered, her eyes wide with worry. Mia chuckled, trying to lighten the mood. "Well, let's hope they don't throw real llamas. That would be quite a scene." Just then, the curtain began to open, and the audience's buzz filled the air like the smell of popcorn in a movie theater. Mia took a deep breath and stepped into the spotlight. "Hey everyone, welcome to the show where the laughs are guaranteed to trip over their shoelaces and fall into your heart." The crowd chuckled, and she felt a little more confident. Jamie joined her on stage. And if not, you can always check out our drama llamas at the exit," she added, waving drama llama around like a celebrity. The audience erupted with laughter. Little did they know, Mia and Jamie were weaving in stories from their lives, but with a hilarious twist. They acted out the moment when they found out Chloe had been spreading gossip about them. It went something like this. Mia pretended to hold a phone to her ear. "No way, Chloe said we have the IQ of a cardboard box." Jamie jumped in. "I'm just glad she didn't compare us to a bag of rocks. At least a box can hold stuff." The audience roared. It felt good to poke fun at their problems, turning betrayal into a joke, and slowly, they started feeling the warmth of forgiveness blooming between them like a goofy flower. As they continued their improv, someone from the audience shouted, "What about llamas? Do they have a part in the betrayal?" Mia grinned. "Great idea. Drama llama here feels betrayed too." He thought he was going to be the main star, but look at him now, stuck in Jamie's arms. Jamie dramatically dropped drama llama, letting it faceplant onto the stage. "Why do we keep talking about betrayal? I just want to get past this. Can't we just hug it out?" "Exactly, but can we do it while wearing llama hats?" Mia quipped, pulling out 2 more tiny hats just like drama llamas from behind her back. The audience clapped and laughed as the 2 friends put on their llama hats and exaggerated their hugs, waddling around like actual llamas performing in a talent show. It was silly and ridiculous, but it perfectly showcased how they were working through their rift, in the best way they knew how: laughter. After their routine, Mia and Jamie stood together, hands on their hips. "So, who needs a therapist when you have drama llama?" Jamie said, giving a wink to the audience. As the show began to wind down and the applause filled the air, Mia could feel a sense of redemption rising like warm sunshine. They had fought through broken trust, and now they were building something beautiful again, just like they used to. After the final bow, Mia spotted Chloe standing by the side of the stage, looking a little unsure. Mia motioned for her to come over. "Chloe, join us." Chloe hesitated but approached with a timid smile. I didn't know you had this in you. I'm sorry for what I did." Mia smiled warmly. "It's never too late to fix things. We were thinking of making this a regular thing. Want to join us next time?" Jamie nodded eagerly. "And maybe this time you can bring a drama llama too." Chloe laughed, finally breaking the tension. "I'd love to. How about we collect puppet llamas for our next act?" "Now that's a plan," Mia declared. Together, the girls laughed, their bond feeling stronger with every silly idea they shared. And so, with a stuffed llama, a sprinkle of laughter, and a heart ready for friendship, Mia, Jamie, and Chloe stepped into a future filled with fun, trust, and plenty more improv scenes to come. Mia and Jamie stood backstage, the bright lights shining down on the empty stage like a spotlight on a lonely cat at night. They could hear the faint sounds of laughter and clapping from the audience as their improv show approached. Mia took a deep breath, trying to seem cool, but her heart was racing faster than a squirrel chased by a dog. "Do you think they'll throw tomatoes at us if we mess up?" she whispered to Jamie, trying to hide her nerves with a joke. Jamie shrugged with a grin. "Only if we serve up some really bad acts. But hey, if they do, at least we'll have a salad." They both laughed, their worries melting away like ice cream on a summer day. But that laughter was quickly followed by a wave of memories. Chloe's betrayal stung like ice water on a freezing morning. Mia had trusted her, and when the secret got out about Mia's embarrassing dance video, it felt like the world had flipped upside down. "Do you think we can really invite Chloe back?" Jamie asked thoughtfully, glancing at Mia. "What if she makes the same mistake again?" Mia sighed. "You know, I'm not sure, but maybe that's what the trust fall is about, right? I mean, we fall and hope the other person catches us. It could be funny if we take a leap. Yeah, but what if I do a real trust fall and Chloe goes for ice cream instead? Jamie chuckled, trying to lighten the mood. Hey, it could happen. Mia giggled, but maybe ice cream Jamie is happier than trust fall Jamie. They both shared a laugh, picturing a version of Jamie diving backward only to be met by Chloe standing with a giant ice cream cone, completely spaced out. As the showtime clock ticked closer, they could feel something shifting in the air. The past awkwardness between them and Chloe began to feel lighter. After all, they had transformed anger and sadness into hilarious jokes, and maybe, just maybe, they could do the same with their friendship. Finally, the moment of truth arrived. Mia grabbed Jamie's hand with a fierce determination. Let's go sprinkle some joy on that stage. We can improvise everything, even our feelings. With that, they burst onto the stage, greeted by a wave of cheers. They opened with a skit about pizza thieves who were really just desperate for a slice of happiness. The audience roared, and for a blissful moment, everything felt perfect. In their next scene, they pretended to be trust fall ninjas, complete with goofy outfits and exaggerated falling techniques. Jamie went first, feigning a dramatic fall backward. Mia rushed to catch her, and not only did she catch Jamie, she stumbled into her, sending both tumbling onto the stage in a fit of giggles. As the show progressed, the two friends intertwined jokes about loyalty, forgiveness, and the edible goodness of ice cream, drawing the audience in deeper. And somehow, in the midst of the laughter, Mia glanced at Chloe, seated in the front row. Days later, while cleaning up after their show, Mia nervously approached Chloe. Hey, I was wondering if you wanted to give our friendship another shot, with fewer betrayals and more ice cream. Chloe's eyes widened and a smile broke across her face. I'd love that, but I promise to keep my hands off your dance videos next time. Mia laughed, a genuine laugh that bubbled out like soda that had been shaken too hard. Deal, and maybe we can improvise our way to more adventures without the betrayal. Jamie peeked around the corner, grinning from ear to ear. I'll bring the ice cream, and you two can bring the ridiculousness. That day, they found a path to new beginnings, filled with laughter, ice cream, and the promise of always catching each other in their own goofy trust falls. And who knew? Maybe the best stories come when friends leap into the unknown together. Side by side, Mia and Jamie stepped out from the glow of the stage lights, still buzzing from that silly improv show. Their hearts were light, laughter still tickling their insides. But backstage, the air was a little tense, like a balloon that could pop at any moment. They both knew the next step was big. Mia wanted to fix things with Chloe, and Jamie wanted to help her do it. Okay, how do we do this? Mia asked, fiddling with the hem of her shirt. The shadows of her embarrassment from that dance video loomed, but she needed to be brave. Jamie grinned, eyes sparkling. How about a goofy trust fall exercise? To build up trust again. It's like giving your nerves a little tickle and flipping them into something ridiculous. Mia raised her eyebrows, unsure. Trust fall, will it really help? I mean, we might just trust fall into a pile of embarrassment. Exactly, Jamie said, chuckling. That's the best part. What's more bonding than a little chaos? So they rounded up their friends, Chloe included, though Mia's heart raced. She felt like a zebra at a lion's convention, but here they were, team members ready to restore loyalty amid the ridiculousness. Okay, everyone, gather around. Jamie called. We are about to enter trust-falling territory. You're gonna love it, or at least fall for it. Chloe looked skeptical but intrigued, her eyebrow arched like a question mark. I hope you've all been practicing your landings. Mia could feel her heart hammering like a little drummer boy in her chest. She remembered the moments she'd hurt Chloe, like pouring ketchup on her ice cream after promising it was a gourmet sundae. They had so many funny memories, yet that sense of betrayal hung in the air. It was time to lighten it up. "Who's first?" Jamie asked, bouncing on their heels like a bouncy ball. "Mia, you should go. Show us how to fall and rise like a superhero." "Oh, great. Make the betrayer go first," Mia joked while laughing nervously. "Isn't that like letting a cat babysit a basket of mice?" But everyone cheered her on, and she couldn't help but feel a little braver. A round of applause erupted as she stood tall, balancing all the emotions inside. "Here goes nothing," she shouted, spinning into her brave moment. With a deep breath, she tilted backward, trusting her friends would catch her like soft cotton candy. Everything blurred, and she felt weightless for a second, a sweet escape. But instead of being swept up by gentle hands, her friend stumbled, and down she went with a huge thud. Laughter erupted, they all burst into giggles. The sight of Mia sprawled on the floor like a starfish was just too perfect. Jamie, trying to regain composure, added, "So that's what we call a asterisk trust fall that might as well be a trust fail." Asterisk, Chloe stepped forward, her laughter spilling out. "Okay, my turn. Let's see if I can fall harder than Mia." Mia grinned, feeling lighter. As Chloe wobbled, she too took the plunge, and this time the team caught her with perfect harmony, turning chaos into unity. "See, we've got this. If we can fall together without breaking bones, we can mend what's been broken," Jamie shouted, his voice ringing with excitement. After a few more goofy falls and happy bursts of laughter, the energy shifted. They started to share stories of silly moments in their friendships. Mia, with cheeks blazing as red as a ripe tomato, recounted the time Chloe accidentally sent her a picture of a suspiciously melted ice cream cone instead of a cute puppy. "Remember that?" Mia asked, and Chloe laughed, nodding. "Yeah, you sent me ice cream emojis right back, and I'm like, what am I even looking at?" The air thickened with stories, and each laugh cracked that brittle shell of betrayal a little more. They all huddled together in a circle, and as the giggles faded into warm memories, Chloe turned to Mia. "Hey, let's talk. I miss our ice cream adventures." Mia beamed, tears pricking her eyes. "Me too. I promise to keep the ketchup away from your treats. Can we start fresh?" "Absolutely." Chloe smiled, warmth flooding the space between them as Jamie winked and echoed, "Loyalty is the new flavor of friendship." Maybe, just maybe, through a mix of tumbles and trust, they had found their way to forgiveness after their big show. Mia and Jamie were riding high on a wave of laughter and fun. The crowd had loved their improv, and now they were determined to repair Mia's friendship with Chloe. With a goofy trust fall exercise in mind, they headed to the park, the sun shining bright like a giant spotlight. "Okay, Mia, you go first," Jamie encouraged, bouncing on the balls of his feet like a rubber ball. He had never met a challenge he didn't want to tackle. Mia, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness, nodded but imagined the laughter they'd share if it all went wrong. And well, she was about to become a human pancake. Mia stood tall, well, as tall as she could, standing on the edge of a small hill. "I trust you, Chloe. 1, 2, she counted dramatically, eyes closed, arms spread wide like a bird ready to take flight. But when she fell backward, instead of gracefully floating down, she landed with an exaggerated asterisk thud asterisk on the soft grass, just as if she'd been caught by a pile of fluffy cotton candy. Chloe couldn't help it. Laughter bubbled out of her like soda fizzing over when you shake it too hard. "You look like a starfish trying to swim," she giggled, her initial tension melting away as the memory of a past argument faded into the background. Undeterred, Mia jumped up, brushing off grass from her hair. "That was part of my plan. I wanted you to catch me, but it seems the ground was far more loyal than either of us." They both burst into fits of laughter, the kind that pulls at your belly and makes you snort, an indication of true friendship right there. Okay, okay, my turn, Chloe decided bravely, standing at the edge. But this time, she added with a mischievous grin, please try not to laugh too much, or I might just fall into the grass again. Deal, Mia smirked, clapping her hands together as if she had just booked the biggest comedy show of the year. Chloe took a deep breath, counted to 3 and leaned back. This time she landed perfectly right into Jamie's waiting arms. It's like I'm being saved by the prince. She joked, to which Jamie replied, and I'm just the guy in the chicken suit. They enjoyed a good laugh again, bringing Mia and Chloe closer with every giggle. It reminded them of a time in summer camp when they tried to canoe together. Let's just say, the canoe didn't win any races with their splashes and squeals as they capsized more times than they could count. When the giggles settled into comfortable smiles, Chloe turned serious, looking at Mia. You know, I really missed this. Our silly times. Mia's heart felt a warm glow as she noticed the spark of their friendship slowly igniting again. Me too. I hate that we let that misunderstanding ruin everything, Mia admitted. I mean, why did we let a small betrayal make us act like we were strangers on a roller coaster ride? Yeah, next time, can we please keep the trust falls and forget the betrayal fling? Chloe joked, and both girls whipped out their imaginary seatbelts with a whoosh, making the noise just for effect. Loyalty felt like a sweet flavor indeed, and they agreed that it was better than chocolate ice cream on the hottest summer day. Their hearts were lighter now, and they promised each other to always keep it real, just as Jamie had said. And so, with laughter echoing through the park, Mia, Chloe, and Jamie decided they would tackle anything together, even if that meant facing a surprise pie fight or a surprise betrayal lurking around the corner. After all, friendship was about taking leaps of faith, maybe just not always falling. As the sun peeked through the trees at the park, Mia and Jamie were buzzing with excitement about the upcoming school play. They were in charge of running the dress rehearsal, which was a big deal. It was time for everyone to shine, and they were determined to make it memorable. The cast gathered in the gym, where they moved chairs and set up the stage. Chloe, who had been a bit quiet since their trust fall adventure, was enthusiastic about her role as the comical wizard. The play flowed with magic spells, hilarious moments, and a sprinkle of drama that kept everyone at the edge of their seats. Mia spotted Timmy, the class clown, practicing his lines with exaggerated gestures. If he keeps flailing around like that, he'll definitely turn himself into a funny balloon. She joked, and everyone erupted in laughter. Even Timmy joined in, carrying on with his goofy antics. As the rehearsal progressed, Mia noticed Chloe getting nervous about a particular scene. In it, her character had to confront the villain, played by Olivia, who was known for her dramatic flair. Chloe was worried about not being convincing enough. What if I trip over my own feet and fall flat? She whispered to Jamie, her eyes wide with panic. Just remember, if you trip, do a cartwheel. It'll either look super cool or super funny. Either way, you'll steal the show. Jamie replied, grinning. Chloe couldn't help but giggle at the thought, her worries easing up just a bit. Once they finished the first act, Mia gathered everyone around for a pep talk. Let's don't forget the real magic here. It's about having fun. If we mess up, just roll with it. Life's messy, and so is friendship sometimes, but it's the laughter that keeps us together. Just then, Olivia chimed in, giving Mia a playful nudge. What about the messy secret sauce of betrayal? She teased, referencing their earlier drama. Mia chuckled. Oh yes, that's when you find out who really brings the snacks on pizza night. But let's focus on redemption, like when Jamie promised to never steal my fries again. Everyone laughed, remembering the moment Jamie had tried to sneak a fry from Mia's plate and got caught red-handed. But as they resumed, something unexpected happened. Timmy accidentally forgot his lines, and instead of improvising, he stared blankly at the audience. A few giggles bubbled up and the tension rose a notch. But suddenly, Chloe leaped in to save the day. "Timmy, you just became a wizard who forgot his magic. Use your imagination," she yelled from the sidelines. With that encouragement, Timmy snapped back into character, declaring, "Oh, where did my wand go?" This made everyone burst out laughing, even Timmy, who quickly turned the scene into a hilarious banter, nearly stealing the show. After the rehearsal, Mia felt a warm glow inside. Sure, there had been hiccups, but everyone worked together and she saw the loyalty building among them. "You know what?" Mia said, beaming at her friends. "We all were like a big, clumsy family today. Everyone messes up, but we've got each other's backs." Chloe, feeling motivated, nodded swiftly. "And that's what makes our friendships so special. We can laugh at our mistakes and still support one another." "That's loyalty," Jamie added with a grin. "Plus, who knew we were all just one big improv group waiting to happen? We make a great team." When the rehearsal wrapped up, Mia felt a deep sense of joy, realizing that although they had faced betrayal and misunderstandings, they were paving the way for forgiveness and redemptive laughter. The road ahead might still have some bumps, but with trust, loyalty, and a good sense of humor, they were ready for it all. As they all hugged, Mia whispered to Chloe, "Here's to mess-ups and magic." The big day had finally arrived. Mia and Jamie could barely contain their excitement as they rushed to school, their hearts pounding like drums. Today was the day of the final performance of their school play. As they arrived, they spotted Chloe nervously pacing by the entrance, her long wizard's robes trailing behind her like a mini tornado. "Hey, Chloe," Mia called out, waving energetically. "You're going to rock it out there." "Oh, thanks, Mia, but what if I forget my lines?" Chloe's eyes were wide with worry. "Just have fun with it like you did in rehearsal," Jamie chimed in. "Remember how Timmy turned abracadabra into abraca? Don't forget to be funny." Everyone laughed as they remembered Timmy's impromptu comedy act. Timmy had stumbled on stage, forgetting his lines, and in an attempt to save himself, he made a goofy face and said, "I'll just turn it into a magic trick." He then pretended to pull a rubber chicken out of his hat, leaving the audience in stitches. "You know what's funny?" Mia began, a smirk creeping onto her face. "Timmy isn't just a bad actor, he's an accidental clown." As the three friends shared a chuckle, Mia suddenly remembered something important. "So, what about Alex?" she asked, her smile fading. Everyone grew quiet, replaying the drama from their earlier rehearsals, where Alex made a few trust issues worse by taking the lead in a way that didn't feel right. "I hope he learned something about loyalty," Jamie said quietly. "It's hard to forget when your best friend doesn't have your back. But maybe today is a chance for redemption," Chloe suggested, her voice brightening a little. "Like when Timmy redeemed his forgotten lines." Mia nodded, hope blossoming in her heart. "Yeah, let's not let his past betrayals ruin our show. Today will shine brighter." As the curtain rose, the audience filled the seats, their faces eager and excited. Mia, Jamie, and Chloe took deep breaths and took their places on stage. The lights turned on and Chloe, with her nerves still buzzing, stepped into her role as the wizard. Everything seemed perfect until, bam, Timmy tripped over his own feet and crashed into a prop, the giant rubber chicken. Instead of panicking, he stood up and shouted, "Don't worry, folks, this chicken is just doing a magical performance." Laughter erupted, and even Chloe couldn't help but giggle, her nervousness fading with each chuckle. The show transformed into a roller coaster of mishaps, witty comebacks, and silly moments, pulling the audience deeper into the fun. Halfway through, Alex stood at the side of the stage, watching with mixed feelings. He saw how much Mia, Jamie, and Chloe had worked together, standing by each other, creating magic in a way he hadn't contributed to. It hit him hard they had been stronger without him during the rough patches. Finally, as the final scene approached, Alex made a decision. He ran to the stage, breaking all expectations. "Wait, don't forget my magical duel," he shouted, waving his arms dramatically. He even joined Chloe as they hilariously battled wands, sending imaginary sparks everywhere. After the curtain fell and the applause thundered, Alex approached Mia and Jamie. Hey guys." He shuffled his feet, feeling a mix of courage and sheepishness. "I'm really sorry for being a jerk. You all deserve better." "Wow, Alex," Mia said, surprised but pleased. "Thank you for saying that." Jamie smiled broadly. "Everybody makes mistakes. What matters is what we do next." Chloe jumped in. "Let's keep being a team. After all, we know how to turn chickens into magic." And with that silly comment, the air lightened and the heartwarming laughter of friendship wrapped around them once again. They were bruised but not broken. They had weathered a storm of betrayal and confusion, and now, standing in their shared joy, they had earned their redemption together. The big night had finally arrived. Mia, Jamie, and Chloe stood backstage, their hearts racing faster than a roller coaster ride. The theater buzzed with excitement, and the air was thick with the scent of popcorn and fresh paint from the set. Chloe hugged her script tightly, her eyes darting to the urging glow of the stage lights. "What if I forget my lines?" she whimpered, the worry clear on her face. Mia laughed. "Well, if you do, just make them up. I mean, Shakespeare probably forgot his lines too, right?" Jamie chimed in. "Yeah, just throw in some words like thou and thee. No one will notice." Chloe giggled, her nerves easing. "Okay, but if I end up talking about a flying cow, I'm blaming you too." As the curtain lifted, the trio stepped onto the stage, bursting with bright energy. The audience clapped like a thunderstorm, and Chloe's heart lifted. The first scene began smoothly. They danced around like silly clowns, and everyone was having a blast. But then, disaster struck. Jamie tripped over a prop and sent a fake chicken flying into the air. The audience erupted in laughter, and while Jamie blushed like a tomato, Mia whispered, "You've just set a new trend. Chickening out is the new cool." Suddenly, from the back came the sound of Alex's footsteps. He had shown up, ready to make things right. The last time they were all together, things had been awkward after his little betrayal. He couldn't even face them. Today, bowing under the weight of regret, he stood there holding a bouquet of flowers, looking as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Before anyone could respond, Alex cleared his throat and pulled Mia aside. "Hey, I'm sorry for the way things happened, especially with Chloe. I was a jerk." Chloe heard and her heart softened. She wasn't ready to forget, but she also felt a flicker of hope. "Maybe we can try again, but next time can we skip the betrayals and stick to funny stuff, like the chicken?" Alex nodded earnestly. "Deal. Just save me a front row seat at every future chicken show." The rest of the play continued, and each scene came with more ridiculousness. A sudden sound of a garbled walkie-talkie from the stage crew only added to the chaos, making Mia slip into a gentle mock of a spy. "Agent Cluck reporting for duty." The laughter was infectious. Chloe stole the spotlight for a moment, pretending to be a clumsy detective searching for the missing rubber chicken. "I swear it's around here somewhere. It must be playing hide and seek." As the final scene rolled in, filled with cheer and twinkling twirls, the best surprise came through Alex. He joined them on stage. The audience roared, unsure if it was part of the act or a happy accident. Tossing aside the past, Alex flapped his arms like a chicken and proclaimed, "Looks like I've found my cluckin' friends." In that moment, the four of them shared the stage, laughter and cheers echoing around them. They danced like no one was watching, letting go of all their worries. They realized that true friendship wasn't about winning or losing. It was all about standing together in the funniest messes life threw at them. When the curtain finally fell, they stood hand in hand, their faces aglow with joy and relief. The audience clapped and cheered, and all the hugs exchanged on stage felt like promises of forgiveness and unbreakable loyalty. As the lights dimmed, Mia turned to her friends, grinning from ear to ear. You know, next year, we should do a musical about chickens. No betrayals necessary. Only if we can wear feathers. Chloe chimed in, a cheeky smile lighting up her face. Only if you promise to keep the chicken jokes to a minimum, Jamie teased. The laughter continued as they left the stage, ready for whatever the next adventure might bring, knowing they had each other's backs.